So, Kanye did say he was going to run for president, 2020 VMA Awards. I remember Miley Cyrus and Nicki Minaj was like, "What's up? What's up? Heard you were talking some shit about me, so what's good, huh? What's good?" And then Miley Cyrus just, the show must go on. She's like, "Oh, you know how the media is." Anyways, here's, some twerking. Now, Kanye West. He recently just had a press conference, and so I'm just going to say this. In the post-truth era, Donald Trump has lied 15,000 times at least, so you have no idea, who is our Walter Cronkite? Who is our central figure for, who do we trust as Americans to tell us the truth? We're all over the place, right? With the internet, everybody is just sort of... So in the post-truth era, you got the liar-in-chief, and then on the Democrat side, you got, Mr. Hiding in the basement. So you got, Mr. Liar hiding in the basement, and now you got Kanye West. And Kanye West is authentic, and Kanye West is genuine. He is genuinely himself. And he did have some actual concrete policy proposals. He says everybody who has a baby gets $1 million to maximize that baby's potential. He also says that everybody should get a gun at the age of 6. He says guns don't kill people, people kill people. Now, I agree with both of those policy. Now, I don't believe that a kid should get it, but a promise of getting it, and at 18 years of age, and then the $1 million, I love the $1 million because that's Donald Trump, right? Poor Donald Trump only got $1 million loan. So everybody who has a baby, that would be increasing more Americans. People might say overpopulation, but I don't know. I feel like we need some more Americans. So I think that's actually probably a good idea. And then also that would give them a great start, right? $1 million start. Now, Kanye West proceeded with the speech. Does he have much of a chance? Probably not. But I think that he's interesting to listen to because he's honest, authentic, and genuine. He's kind of like a Larry David. He's just authentically himself for good or ill. And if he went through the campaign, perhaps if he was willing to evolve and, listen and transform, I think he actually could be a quite transformative person. Okay, so in the middle of the speech, he floated that Kim might divorce him after this speech. Kim might divorce me after this speech. He also says no matter what happens, though, Kim Kardashian protected Northwest. So he's going to, so let's talk about, his whole speech. Now he's going to get to a point where he's crying, right? He's crying, and he's almost, at one moment, he's just absolutely just babbling, and he's squeaking out incoherency. So he's talking about abortion. He's opposed to abortion. He's not saying that, he's going to change, that abortion's going to stay legal with him, but he wants to maximize the newborn's potential, and that's where the $1 million per baby comes from. But so he's talking about how he doesn't like abortion. He was also very religious, too. In the Bible, thou shalt not kill. And he says that America needs to obey God. And then the thing that got to him was where he was saying he didn't want Northwest. So he was saying that he was in favor of abortion. And, he says America needs to obey God. So he says he heard God tell him that if Kanye, hurts one of God's children, then God was going to hurt Kanye. And so he says, he picked up the phone and said, we got to have the baby. We have to have the baby. We got to have it. And so he was sitting there, talking about how his dad wanted to abort Kanye. He said that my mom saved my life. My dad wanted to abort me because he was too busy. And then that's when Kanye breaks down in the middle of it. That has to be sad, right? The dad's too busy. Oh, I got, a plane to catch. I can't allow you to be born. And he goes, there wouldn't have been a Kanye West. And that's when he gets, incoherent, just squeaking like, And then he says after that, I almost killed my daughter. I almost killed my daughter, screaming. He said that twice, and then that means that he was considering aborting her. So he says, whatever Kim Kardashian's failings are, she saved Northwest's life. And so, that's an interesting story. I'm, pro-choice. He says he's pro-choice, but essentially the same thing that, that guy in Kentucky, he said, rare. He wants abortion to be legal, safe, and rare. And I think that's wonderful. That's perfect. So, let's see, what else did he say? He started out by shitting on Harriet Tubman, and there was somebody like, we got to get out of here. This is ridiculous. So he's, just kind of babbling, stream of conscious. He's all over the place. But he's wearing a security jacket. He's got a body armor, camouflage body armor that says security right on his chest. And, so he comes out, 2020 is shaved into the back of his, in his head, his hair on the back of his head. And then you had, that vest. So it's almost like, I don't know if he's, sitting there saying, I don't know what that's saying. I don't know if he's just trying to be a cool, tough guy, or if he actually really thought that there might be a threat out there on his life. Possibly, right? I mean, he's running for president. But he begins one of his, anecdotes with just shitting on Harriet Tubman. He goes, Harriet Tubman, let me just say this. She didn't free the slaves. She just had the slaves work for other white people. Like, what are you talking about, man? Harriet Tubman? Finally, right, somebody put Harriet Tubman down. Finally put her down. Put old Harriet in her place. Right? Like Sarah Silverman saying Martin Luther King. Finally somebody criticized. Kanye and Sarah Silverman, they can be quite terrible. I mean, for the joke, but he wasn't joking. Harriet Tubman liberated lots of people. Harriet Tubman, risked her own life to liberate a ton of slaves, and she had that quote, or even if it wasn't her, she said it's true. If the people would have known, the slaves would have known that they were slaves, she could have liberated thousands more. So Harriet Tubman is going down, never got caught, right? Every single time, 100 times, 100 people ran down to the south, brought them up to the north. So Harriet Tubman is running the Underground Railroad. And Kanye is pissed off that she didn't start up a LinkedIn website. She didn't start some sort of, job central thing where everybody, what are you doing? She didn't get money and finance. She didn't get the capital and help black people, Yeah, she got them out of slavery, but then she just abandoned them. She's not the president. She don't have money. She don't have power. She's just a regular person. So the fact that a regular person did this, it's also a little bit disappointing because of the whole Andrew Jackson, Harriet Tubman $20, transformation controversy. Are we going to get the Tubmans? I want to see Tubmans. Harriet Tubman's a badass. She did all her stuff as an individual. Andrew Jackson's a racist piece of shit. How about integration, Andrew Jackson? You're going to put concentration? How about integration? Why don't we just all be one people? No, you don't want to do that? Okay. So, let's see here. What else did Kanye say? So Kanye, the very last thing I'll mention is Kanye told this very rambling stream of conscious story. All of it was rambling stream of conscious, but I think it's just, how people think. And so he's very authentic, right? He's very real. You got a lot of politicians who get up there and, spout off a bunch of bullshit. So Kanye starts out a story where he says he stubbed his toe. And it's kind of funny. Oh, you stubbed your toe, huh? So it sounds kind of funny, but I think I broke my pinky toe actually by stubbing it. So you can stub the fuck out of a toe. So Kanye West starts out by, okay, so I stubbed my toe. 2 months ago, I stubbed my toe. And then Kanye said that the doctors were pushing pain pills on him. And then he said that doctors are giving awards for the most pills given out. And then he talks about how he got addicted to Percocet, which is just a cousin to heroin. So he's basically a heroin addict. And he's, higher than a motherfucker. And he didn't want to say that, but eventually, you know what, I got to be real. And then he said Fox News is going to publish the cussing. And then he said we're just trapped in a loop. We're trapped in a loop. So I don't really know what the point of that story was. Maybe doctors are pushing drugs and, we got to get the drugs out of the doctor's hands. Or I don't know. I think just, drugs are bad. I think that was the point of that. But it was just kind of like, where are you going with this? It was just everywhere. And, does he have a chance ultimately? I don't think he has much of a chance because he just started his campaign too late and he's got to get all those signatures. And I saw that he tweeted out, like, here are locations you can go to sign the Kanye West for president petition to get him on the ballot in, these states. it's too late for several of the states, and ballot access is just a bitch anyways for any independent or third party. So he's not Democrat or Republican, so he had to be run as an independent. But with this stupid, mediocre, this a liar in chief and the guy in the base, we're not even having a dialogue. We don't even have a national, what kind of narrative is this? So the fact that Kanye, is pushing himself into the public narrative, into the public consciousness, I think it could be, I welcome more voices. And, with the current state of affairs of the two-party duopoly, I prefer to listen to Kanye than those other two, pricks. So we have no national, heroes or national leadership. And so, yeah, Kanye could, I don't know, I think he could win. Anything's possible in America. And it takes a dreamer, right, a person that thinks that they can't be president, won't be president. So it only takes the people that think they can be president. Ross Perot, there's lots, people like independents, people like people that stick to their guns, go 90 miles an hour. This is who I am. This is, for better or worse. This is what I represent. And so, yeah, I like that. I think it's okay that Kanye's in the conversation, and he's better than what we got. And he actually has, policy. Everybody getting a gun. I am a pro-Second Amendment liberal, but he also talks about every baby getting $1 million. That means every baby, no, there won't be a single baby. Right here in Castilla County, we got 25% poverty rate, and it's 30-something% for children. So it's elderly, it's, average people, but it's hitting the kids the most. The kids are poor. But with Kanye West as president, with that everybody gets $1 million per baby, that means there's not going to be a baby in America that will be born into poverty. They won't have the death sentence. They won't have the chains of the impoverished oppression around their necks as soon as they're born. They'll have $1 million. They'll have the same start that Donald Trump got, and a little bit more actually. So that's I welcome Kanye's. We need to actually talk about the issues. We're not talking about anything right now. Kanye's actually trying to get some things talked about. I don't his policies probably seems way too right wing for me. But, America needs to obey God. That's what it is. The conversation about God, if I kill one of God's kids, then God's going to kill one of mine or kill me. So, oh, shit. So, religion's always had a special place with black folks. But there was also this, I'll float this idea that perhaps that Kanye is paid, or the Republican establishment wants Kanye to get in there to bleed the Democratic Party away from their black base, to get the black base to vote for Kanye, and therefore bleed the Democratic Party of their black, base, their solid black base. And that's I don't know if that's true or not, but that would be an inevitable result if he's not able to break through and get the majority. Then in the end, I think ultimately he would siphon. Well, since he's a Trumper too, he might take black votes away from Trump. He'd probably take black votes away from both of them. So yeah, it's I would welcome a Kanye West, run. Oh, what, we gotta protect? No, we don't. We need to have a national conversation. We're actually talking about the goddamn issues, and Kanye's genuine. And, he's not correct right now, but perhaps he could evolve and become correct. But I guess my point is there's just such a goddamn drought. There's a desert. There's a San Luis Valley drought, desert when it comes to political leadership. And so, yeah, I guess when you're thirsty, even a Kanye West talking politics could, perk up your day. When you're thirsty for some progressive national leadership as I am, then is Kanye going to be, could Kanye be progressive? He might be. He might be fine. He might be all right. Look at some of these ideas. Anyways, 9:15 in the morning, Saturday, July 25th, 2020. Peace.